Hello and welcome. You're watching the Money Show, and there are plethora of funds available in the market to invest your hard-earned money in, but which is the right fund for your portfolio, and how do you assess what kind of fund is best suited for your financial goals? And we help you with all of this in our viewer query section. And today, to answer all your financial portfolio queries, I have with me Hemant, CEO, Wise Invest. Hemant, good evening and welcome to the show. And for all the viewers who've just tuned in, you can WhatsApp us your queries on 865-797-4571. You can also email us your question on themoneyshow@etnow.tv. All right, so let's begin. And I have with me Kalyan on the phone line, our viewer. Kalyan, hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, you're calling from?
I'm from Chennai.
From Chennai. All right. Kalyan, you have sent us some details where you have 10K monthly savings and you want to know how you can invest this in mutual funds for your kids' education. And right now, your kid's age was almost 2 years. But then, so I believe, what is the corpus that you're looking at and what's the exact time frame that we are looking at over here?
All right. So, for my kids' education, right, I want to invest a good amount of money for for his education actually. So, if I have like 10K of investment per month, so where exactly I can invest for his
Sure.
education? Yeah, yeah. That was my
What is
question.
the okay, so I did not hear you. There was some audio issue in between. So I want to know the exact time horizon for 10 to 12 years are we talking about, and what's the corpus that you're looking at?
The corpus, I was looking at around like that depends on the inflation, right? We can do a
Right.
fixed,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So in the
Okay.
future down the road, like maybe not
Sure.
sure what kind of yeah education fee is going to be in the next 10 or
Got it.
15 years. Yeah.
All right. So at least 12 years time frame, is that okay?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Um, Hemant, very nice points highlighted by Kalyan, because we're talking about education as a goal, and here we have to really factor in education inflation, which is somewhere between anywhere between 12 to 15%, and depending on the kind of education the child wants, whether in India or abroad, one has to be ready for it. Obviously, there's an option of taking education loan, but then it's always nice to have your own planning done since the very beginning. And congratulations for you to you, Kalyan, over there. You're a step ahead. But what exposure are we talking about? How do we actually come down to an approximate corpus that might be needed, Hemant?
Well, Kavita, I think the point you mentioned are very, very important. One, I think the goal for which Kalyan wants to actually build the corpus is very, very important for the child education. And as you rightly mentioned, the education inflation is much higher than the normal inflation everywhere, not only in India, but everywhere in the world. So clearly, one has to keep that in mind. In my view, he mentioned that the child is 2 years old. So if the intent is to build a corpus for higher education, the time horizon would be at least 15, 16 years before he requires this kind of money. So he has enough time, and specifically keeping in mind the fact that education inflation is higher, and the fact that if you need to beat that, if you need to kind of stay ahead of that inflation, you need to actually invest primarily into equity funds. So clearly in this case, he's starting with 10,000 rupees, so he can look at a few, diversified, consistently performing equity funds like HSBC Multicap, where you can invest 3,000. Then Motilal also a large and mid 4,000. And then Kotak Equity Opportunity, another fund of large and mid cap category, 3,000. Two more important things I would like to mention here clearly, specifically keeping in mind the fact that he would require a large corpus for the child education and attempt to kind of increase this amount every year, say by 10%. So I think he'll almost double the corpus that what he would accumulate with this money. So clearly he has an advantage that he started early. He can build all equity portfolio, and like I mentioned, if he can step up that amount by every 10% or so, every year by 10%, he should be able to build a much larger corpus.
All right, Kalyan, I'm actually running short on my time, but then is there anything specific that you want to ask Hemant, or you're sorted?
No, his voice is not audible clearly, actually. So,
All right, so you
I
know
want
what? We have a YouTube, we have a channel YouTube, and we upload our shows every day on that YouTube channel. Maybe you want to catch up the suggestions given to you, recommendations given to you on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for asking your question today, Kalyan. And it's time up on the show as well. Hemant, I won't be able to take the rest of the questions, but thank you so much for taking time out today for our viewers live on the show. Thank you. And for our viewers, it's a wrap on the show as well, but I'm going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and email ID. So do send across your questions and we will get your financial planning done live on the show. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.